right. Don't drink this. Do you remember that show UK guy Tolu?
Oh, what is it? What is it? Don't jealous me.
Don't jealous me.
That's wild. That's he also was he.
He was
What's
a
his
YouTuber,
channel? Yeah, yeah. He's
and
still, you
then
know, he's still,
is he still a
he
YouTuber?
still does
What's
skits.
his
I actually don't know what he does now, but
T
he,
boy T
see,
something?
yeah. But that was before, you know, he's married now. He has a daughter and
Oh
everything now on
really?
Instagram. So
Wow.
he's a whole different type of YouTuber. I've forgotten what his, yeah, T Boy was his name. Tolu.
Yeah, and then he had a show on Netflix, I think, for a
Yeah, the
while.
one that he did like the African parents show
Yeah.
and stuff. But yeah,
Yeah, those are the back in the days OGs of YouTube. That's yeah, I mean, at least in my in my circle of
OGs of YouTube is wild.
yeah.
OGs of YouTube. Who are the OGs I used to watch back then?
There was the guys who do ONH pranks. I don't know if you remember.
No, I don't remember. But I used to watch. Do you know? Actually, I used to
Yeah,
watch.
right now those guys will be considered racist.
I used to watch like the is it the Montreal Don't Laugh kind of
Oh
thing
yeah,
where they used to do like
yeah.
some
I
random.
feel like those guys had some sort of scandal recently.
Wait, what?
Yeah, there was something about them, Comedy Central, just for laugh gags. I don't remember what it was. Like there was a whole thing that happened with them recently.
That was wild. That was wild. But yeah, I
Yeah,
used to watch them. Who else did I used to watch and spend all the hours on YouTube watching?
because back in the day, that was when even like people like Justin Bieber too
Yeah, Justin Bieber
was hitting his stride on YouTube
was a legend.
back then.
No, but I don't think. Okay, movies maybe on YouTube. Like, oh no, yeah, YouTube was not really a thing for me.
Yeah, it was.
It was like the movies, the TV shows that you just go find links to do, and then you go to YouTube for
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
America's
you're
Got
admitting to
Talent.
pirating.
No, I'm admitting to just finding something to fix my boredom.
Yeah,
Uh,
America's Got Talent.
yeah, I used to do
Yeah,
the talent
yeah,
show. I used to
yeah.
do um comedy.
Yeah,
I've always been comedy on YouTube, I would say. I've always
yeah.
been comedy on YouTube.
Yeah, YouTube has come a long way, to be fair.
And now it's like, now my YouTube is just, yeah, still comedy and politics.
Yeah, it's still pretty much the same thing, but like the production level of YouTube these days compared to what it used to be back in the day,
Yeah.
different. Like back then, people would just straight from their laptop webcam, they're like recording them. It's like it used to be so like simple, original, authentic, and now it's overproduced. All of that to say, we've made some improvements to our audio and video.
I mean, also too, that's why we try to overproduce our podcast.
So please let us know if the audio is better, if the video is better.
We try to overproduce instead of just opening up the webcam and
Yeah, like we
Just
just
say-
have a phone here, selfie while we talk, and
but we should do that one of these days. One of these days, maybe we'll start doing like here's my reaction to what's going on.
that's a good idea. Like just during the week, when I see some of these crazy news stories, and then
Crazy?
my thoughts are fresh in my
I
head.
actually wanted
I
to
should
come
just
here
pull up my
when I was
camera and
driving. When I was
record.
driving back to this area, I was like, you know what? I'm opening up the podcast, man. Carney, you're a good man. That's not how I wanted to
How is
open up
that
the
your
podcast.
takeaway from this
I
whole
wanted to
week?
just open up I'm like, man, you're a patient prime minister, and I think people underrate just how much you are putting into prime ministering, or what do you call it?
Let me
Being a
tell you
prime
what
minister.
Mark Carney is great at.
Also, before we go into Mark Carney, I'm sorry, y'all. My predictions for Canada to the quarterfinals.
Oh yeah. Condolences to
I mean,
Team
finally,
Canada.
someone was like, every time Canada plays, it's like, I'm praying, but I'm also cheering at the same time, and literally it was routing.
See, I did not have a lot of faith in Team Canada going into the World Cup. So they went far beyond where I thought they
And
would end
they
up.
played well in that
And they
game.
played well.
Morocco literally just
Yeah, well, like he still lost 3-0 to Morocco. So
they
Morocco is the
played
sixth
well.
best team in the world.
That's what someone was telling me. I didn't
Yeah.
know with that.
So they are a strong team, and Canada played like all 3 goals came in the second half. Like, so Canada played much better than I could have imagined throughout this competition. So kudos to them. Sucks that they got kicked out, but it was bound to happen at some point.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
maybe sooner rather than later. But
Also, maybe they just wanted the players to go to the Stampede.
true, Stampede is going on. Pierre's rocking his cowboy
Pierre?
outfit.
Come on,
out there
man.
giving
Like,
such
I'm
a
not even like
rallying
a
message of support and unity,
dude.
and
Dude, come on,
that
come on,
guy's my
come on.
premise. I was gonna say what Mark Carney is good at. You
Yeah.
have to give kudos where kudos are due. When we went to this Science World in Vancouver, and
Oh
they
yeah, the
had
aquarium. Was it?
no Science, was it? We went to the aquarium as well, but I think it was in Science World, maybe outside of Science World. There were these magicians
Yeah, 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 yeah,
doing
yeah.
like
It was like it was a
sleight of
science world,
hands
and they
and
had some
card
aquarium in
games, and
there. They had a few
yeah.
things.
So Marcani belongs in that circus.
No,
Like,
no, 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 no,
just give him
no.
a
Come
couple
on,
of cards and he's gonna do some.
come on. Like, like this week? I was like, I knew this was McCartney's plan all along. It was so clear. This was McCartney's plan all along. And we're talking about the pipeline deal that was signed in Alberta.
The pipeline deal is just one. I mean, so all of his support for Alberta.
Yeah.
And generating revenue from the natural resources we have in Alberta and in other prairie provinces and whatnot. I'm all for them. Once again, for me and Marcani, he has not earned my trust. So until dollars start pouring into Canada for oil that's sold or natural gas that's sold or minerals that are sold, I am not ready to give him kudos for those things because I don't trust him enough. Like I said, he's a magician and he plays sleight of hands in the weirdest ways. Like, we can go down the list, but obviously some of the big hitters are his so-called sovereign fund. Like, that's it.
But so wait, the fact that they're investing what 35 billion into an oil project that will bring about what 3, 4, 5 billion a year in dividend revenue.
I will believe
left,
it
right,
when
and
I say
center.
it. Call me Thomas.
So
Call me
okay,
Thomas. Like, my guy, I'll believe it when I say it. As far as I'm concerned, sleight of hands.
no,
Number two,
no.
please help me understand the math.
Okay,
my guy, I studied engineering. I've tried to
you
do
would
the
be happy
calculus
at this.
in so many ways. No, not the sovereign wealth fund. That one I already know is just it doesn't pass the sniff test.
Okay,
It might succeed, but it's just terrible finance.
okay.
Like there's a much better way to generate wealth than whatever he's doing.
Sovereign wealth might be going into the pipeline.
So actually, you know what? On one side of his mouth, he's talking about sovereign wealth.
Okay.
On the other side, help me understand the financial math of this. And in his words, he said he's using innovative financing techniques. So maybe it's something that's more advanced than the calculus I did in university. But help me understand this.
Okay, what do you need understanding?
You have 10 condos, each of them valued at over $500,000.
Okay.
Nobody wants to buy your condos.
Yeah.
Marcani said he's going to use innovative financing techniques to buy those condos, those luxury condos, and he will convert it.
There's no need to convert.
No. He will.
He will just put them up for rent.
Convert it into
affordable rent,
affordable rental properties
Yeah.
or affordable homes for Canadians to buy, and he will do that without the developers losing money.
No. The developers usually don't lose money on construction.
No, but like so that's where I need you to help me understand.
No, like I think you're thinking about it
they're
differently.
sitting on the condos. Nobody's buying them. They're
So
expensive.
developers are not losing money, but they're just not selling at the valuation that they were projected to sell at.
So
You're not losing money if you're selling lower than the valuation that you're projected to sell at.
See, so help me understand why they needed help then. If they were going to sell it and still make a profit, why did they need help from the federal government?
So two things. Developers are trying to sell without bringing down the market value because it affects their whole business. If they start to sell these condos below market value,
okay. So Marcani is going to buy it at market value.
No, he's buying it below market value.
You just said they cannot sell below market
Yeah,
value.
publicly they cannot sell below market value publicly.
But it's public. The deal is public.
No, the prices are buying it. They're not going to be public.
So what you're telling me is that the developers are going to make a loss?
No, they're just not going to sell it at market value.
So they will still make a profit.
Yeah.
So essentially, Mark Carney is going to pay them
below market
at a profitable rate.
Yeah.
For all their condos that they cannot sell at the current rate, at market rate.
Yes.
and then he'll convert it to low rental property
This, you're
that
making
will
this more.
somehow.
You're making this
How
more
will he recover?
advanced.
How will he recover the money he spent on buying it?
So think about it this way: houses are going for $100.
Okay.
Let's say it costs $10 to make a house. Let's just say.
Okay. Sure.
Okay, maybe in Vancouver's case, let's say it costs $50 to make a house.
Yeah.
The valuation of houses are $100.
Yeah.
Mark Carney is coming saying we're going to buy this house at $60, $70.
Why couldn't the developers do that themselves?
If the developers start to sell all their condos at $60,
they're not selling all their condos. Like every other business, have you gone to the mall and you see clear out sales 70% off? Have you seen something like that?
Yeah, but
before?
if you do a clear out sale in a housing market, you're basically creating what do you call that? A market crash.
I mean, you already have an oversupply.
Yeah, you already have an
Regardless.
oversupply, but I'm just saying if you try to, because even now what people are saying, and this just came out on CBC or CTV, developers are now asking people to sign NDAs and not listing on the MLS to show what they're selling for because
How is
they're
that
trying
a good
to.
thing?
It's not a good thing, but I'm just telling you that developers just don't want to sell publicly
Well, the
at a lower
moment
valuation.
you're trying to hide because they're supposed to publish all of these things. It's a
Yeah,
real
but
estate
if you
transaction.
try to sell it on the MLS,
Yeah.
or then you have to publish the price.
So what you're telling me is that Mark Carney is going to help collude with the developers.
Not collude.
To hide how much they're going to sell.
This is not a collusion. This is not even a high. This is basically saying you're struggling to sell at $100. We'll buy this off from you from $60. You don't have. It doesn't have to tell anybody. Nobody has to know. We're just buying it from you $60.
Hey, one thing I know about business is whether it's government that's buying at $60 or a consumer buying at $60. If the thing's going to get sold for $60, businesses will I don't see the incentive for them to not sell directly to consumers for $60.
Because if you start to sell at $60,
Yeah.
that means the market has crashed. If the market has crashed, this is not just a one-time transaction. This is going to be a multi-year
But you're
transaction.
selling at $60.
Yeah, but if you start, basically your whole business model and forecasting for the next 2-3 years goes poof. If everybody starts to say there's a 40% market crash.
Okay. You see, all these things, these are you drank too much Kool-Aid of innovative financing techniques.
There's no innovative financing techniques here.
If they want to sell to the government for $60 instead of selling to the market for $100, there has to be another private investor that exists that will look at an opportunity and be like, that's a good deal. Let me buy. My problem is, why is the government being this has to be something fishy. It doesn't pass the sniff test. Because guess what? The government to go buy this thing for whatever price they buy it at. One, they will never, and I mean never, generate enough income to get any kind of return on investment. So who ends up holding the bag at the end of it?
So
taxpayers. Because first of all, it's taxpayer money anyway that they use to do this.
So this is taxpayer money going. I personally have said about this deal that this is not a Mark Carney issue, it's a David Eby issue. Because first of all, Mark Carney is not even spending money on this deal.
Stops with Mark Carney.
No, but David, the premier is spending 99% of the money.
So why does he need the 1% from Mark Carney?
That's why I'm like, Mark Carney wants to give BC money. BC, if this is the highest priority that you need from Mark Carney for the 1 billion or 2 billion or 5 billion he wants to give to you, then it looks bad on you if you don't know what to do about it. BC has struggled though to create affordable housing, affordable rental units, affordable homes to buy. They've tried every up, down, left, right, center way to do this thing, and it's not working. Hopefully, this is a genius idea that would.
Did you just call this idea genius?
Maybe. I'm just saying, like,
the
I might be proven wrong.
I said on this podcast when your boy was touting his sovereign wealth fund as a sovereign wealth fund. I said the government is not in the business of wealth management and finance. Now I'm going to say again, the government is not in the business of real estate development and investment. Point in case, whatever kind of terrible deal, whether you want to call it David Eby or Mark Carney,
it's a David Eby deal.
The buck stops with Mark Carney. Yeah,
the buck stops with Mark Carney, and Mark Carney is trying to. That's why I said we need to be grateful for the kind of prime minister we have.
Oh my goodness!
Because if you're looking at it in terms of unity among the provinces and among the country, from coast to coast to coast, this week was a very good masterclass on how you make sure that all provinces can work together under the federal Liberal government. Because think about it. Alberta and
Well, we're
BC.
optimizing for the wrong things.
No, we're not optimizing for the wrong things. We're basically saying, I've spent the last year trying to get Alberta to be on our side. BC felt left out. Okay, BC,
Wait,
I'm all
did you
ears.
just say BC felt left out?
Yeah, BC felt left out, to be honest, because they felt like, why are you coming to build a pipeline to our doorstep and you don't tell us what is going on in this deal? What kind of money is exchanging hands?
Okay, first of all, the way this is my problem with governments getting involved in business. If these were so, let's say for example, I owned a plot of land, and to my left, my neighbor owns a plot of land, but in his plot of land there is oil. Now to my right, there's a neighbor who needs oil. To get the oil from my left neighbor to my right neighbor, they need to get a pipeline across my property.
Yeah.
In any functioning, private sector enterprising environment, what happens? My neighbor to my left will come and talk to me. He's like, hey, I want to sell oil to your neighbor on your right, but it needs to go through your land. I don't need to feel left out. I'm like, sure, build your pipeline through my land. Here's how much I'm going to charge you for as long as your pipeline exists on my land.
That's what BC is doing right now.
That's not what BC is doing.
No, BC is allowing the pipeline to go through.
BC is blocking at every point possible.
No,
they are blocking at every point possible. That's why Mark Carney has to step in and create ridiculous deals like this. I'm so baffled sometimes, but one of my core beliefs
is that Mark Carney Mark Carney is not the best prime minister. Is that
the government is an inefficient vehicle to spend $1 for social impact.
So I think the government is inefficient in general.
Yes.
But Mark Carney does have a lot of efficiency that he has.
Mark Carney has just, supercharged the inefficiency of government in the name of he's going to bulldoze his way through to do whatever. Like that, the deal does not make sense.
Yeah.
It does not make sense. Alberta needs to sell their oil.
Yeah.
Canada needs to sell Alberta's oil. Selling the oil will benefit BC, regardless of if they can open their eyes and see it or not. The oil needs to go through BC to be sold. So there is an obvious deal to be made. It's so obvious. You don't need Mark Carney to step in and do anything. There is nothing to feel left out about. You're literally the conduit.
That's what you said. The buck stops with him.
The buck stops with him. He does not need to step in and buy a bunch of unsold condos.
No, but Carney is not buying unused condos. This is all the BC deal for the condos. People should just get that right. Carney is just saying, BC asks for money. I'm here to support BC. If you're saying that, okay.
What does BC need the money for?
Probably a few things. They wanted to use one for condos. They also wanted to use one for, was it the mining or something that they wanted to do? But condos were the big thing. I said, David Eby, if this is your priority, this looks bad. Because it lets us know that, one, you are never able to get affordable housing unless you go through housing that has already been built unaffordably.
Affordable housing is such a terrible oxymoron. Like what is affordable? Like housing is housing, right? The cost of housing can go up such that your citizens or your residents cannot afford it, but labeling it as unaffordable or affordable housing, like, guy, the way the free market works, there's the intersection point of demand and supply,
yes.
And that's the equilibrium price.
Yeah.
And that's
whatever they have in BC and Vancouver is not equilibrium price.
Yeah,
this looks like unequilibrium.
Guess why? Why? Because the government is just busy meddling and meddling and meddling. They tax it, they regulate it, they subsidize this one here, and
again,
I'm so surprised that the BC still has an NDP government in place. Like, my goodness, like, it's time for them to open their eyes and see that NDP is the problem in BC. Like,
they will tell you when they had the BC Liberals and Chrissy Clark there, it was also like over like crazy because they were conservative and it was. Did
you just say the Liberals were conservative?
No, BC Liberals were pretty conservative in their time too. Yeah, I think they were called the BC Liberals, although they were not liberals in any way. They were not liberals. I think personally, Carney this week, fantastic deal making for Canada, fantastic deal making for the prosperity of Canada. Think about this. You come up as a prime minister and you're looking at the world as it is, not like you want it to be, and you see that Canada is like at some point struggling with production of energy. A lot of people have been fed up with the energy that's been produced in other parts of the world and are looking for Canada to step up. How does Canada step up? You go to the Premier of Alberta. What can be done in terms of increasing our production here in Alberta? The Premier tells it is what we want to do. We also want to remove or reduce the carbon tax. We want to be able to also do the largest carbon capture or sequestration project there is in the world. So Carney said, great, I'm the right partner for this. How do we make this happen? Here is all we need from an MOU. MOU went from one side of MOU to now a deal has been done, a proposal has come forth. Before the proposal comes forth, Carney is thinking, BC, we need to sell this pipeline to BC. What does BC need? EB says, oh, if you can do X, Y, and Z for BC, BC will be happy and BC will support your agenda.
Well, I have it here. What BC, the Canada BC agreement, it was supposed to cover two things really: expanding the port of Vancouver,
Yeah,
which is a great thing,
yeah,
but also replacing the Massey Tunnel.
yeah, which has been trying to be built for like
I
forever.
guess I guess there's also the expansion of the Red Chris mine that you mentioned. Oh, talking about the Red Chris mine,
What happened to the Red Christmas?
guess who is heavily invested in the Red Chris mine?
Is that Brookfield? Brookfield and Co are getting their money left, right, and center.
Okay, anywhere you hear carbon
Carney
credits and Carney in the same sentence, you can take it to the bank that Mark Carney has just stuffed his coffers with a couple more $1 million.
Carney are divested from Brookfield assets.
I'm sorry, what?
Let's keep moving
No.
from there.
If you trace the paperwork right now today,
It goes to Carney's desk.
Mark Carney is invested in Newmount Corporation that's running the
Brookfield is invested in
the
Newmount
Red Chris
Corporation.
mine.
And also like his trust. Carney doesn't control his trust, for his investment.
No, this is his personal investment.
But Carney's trust is a blind trust.
My guy, the trust is not blind if all of us can see
that
he has personal investments in the expansion
Either
of
ways,
the Red Chris
either
mine.
ways, the people should investigate that. That's something Pierre should go and do the investigation on.
There's nothing to investigate. It's obvious.
No,
like,
they should just go and
problem.
investigate.
It's like they claim investigation. Investigation will take 2 years. I'm like, I'm telling you, if you look at the paperwork, Marcani's name is
their signature
on top of Newmount that is connected to Red Chris mine, and now all of a sudden $500 million is coming in.
To be honest,
what's the investigation that we have to do?
Again, fair. If this all links back to corruption on Marcani's part, I stand corrected. But on the grand scheme of things, Mans is bringing Canada together, is pushing energy production, getting energy to diversified customers. You have to give this guy credit. People said it could not be done. It's literally halfway there. Sure. And it's not even half time, literally. He's already there.
See, if you look at even the energy oil deals, you know how we spoke about the whole carbon capture as a what do you call it, condition for the investment.
Yeah.
Only for me to find out that all of those things, anything, once you hear carbon capture,
it's all Carney's.
Carney is getting rich. As soon as you hear, because it's a whole new industry they're trying to kind of blow up in Canada. Like, but the largest is getting rich off of anything to do with carbon capture. As soon as they slap some sort of green kind of regulation on top of the deal.
No. Carney is not.
I mean, that's how he made his popularity anyway.
No, Carney isn't. He's building our pipelines. Why are we not making that a thing that he's getting rich of the pipelines he's building up?
The pipelines, like once again, we spoke about the conditions of Alberta selling their oil.
Yeah.
They need to figure out the carbon credits.
So if carbon capture, the Pathways project is what you're talking about, that is going to be one, the largest in the world. Two, I don't think it's Carney that is building that project or any of his companies that are building the project.
Which one?
The Pathways, carbon capture, secret, or carbon secret.
Okay, so Newmount Corp is projected to increase Canada's annual copper production by over 15%, support critical mineral demand for clean energy, and reduce greenhouse gas emissions by more than 70%. So it's built
investing in this.
Yes, he's personally invested.
How?
What do you mean how?
How many percent is he invested in this company?
I don't know. What do you mean? How many percent? Does it matter?
I'm
Like
just saying,
he has significant investment enough for him to have.
I've never heard about a Carney investment in human corp. Like, I'm not sure who is doing the investigation, but I'm pretty sure Carney has divested his trust and this is handled by, I think he mentioned this also, a
Let me
double
see. I think I
blind
can
trust.
find. See, it's a double blind trust. It was not blind, my guy. Who is it? I'm sure I can find the.
Okay, but either ways, let's say he's invested, which I would say will be an issue and a conflict of interest. I'm not for that. We have to give Carney the pipeline that people said could not be done is literally being done.
No, the deal has been struck. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, but the pipeline is done. It's going to be done.
Like I said, he has not earned my trust enough for me to say
Fair.
that. So
I would say, like, here's another thing people don't understand. Most people just realize that government is a bit untrustworthy because of decades of bad policies, but this is not the same government that was there 10 years ago. This
10 years
is,
ago, or you mean 2 years ago?
I mean, also 2 years for the last 10 years. This is a brand new government looking for Canada's best interests, looking to put Canada in a situation where we control our destiny. And I will not.
Okay, you're really.
No, I'm saying it's a proud day for Canada, and I think we should give. Carney can be a bit underrated in.
Did you just my guy? The guy, people are singing his praises. You're singing his praises when all he has done so far is provide us with MOUs and
This is not
framework agreements.
MOUs. This is pretty much a
and
proposal to build a
strengthening of
pipeline to
agreements.
sell to Asia.
And guy, when they break ground on that project,
That's what you say when they break down. You say, okay, when they ship the oil.
exactly.
When they ship the oil, you say when they see the money. When you see
Exactly.
the money, you be like, okay, this is. Dude, give the
I'm going
guy
to keep
is
moving the goalpost
underrated.
on-
People don't understand what it is. Like, some prime ministers struggle with even having two provinces agree on something. Two provinces that are opposed. How do you get them to agree on something? Carney has done it from coast to coast to coast.
See, he has done it from coast to coast to coast.
Like, give the guy his flowers. I
guess-
would have said, like, obviously, like, there's some things that changed in the final day that came out, which I was like, are you a politician? Are you a bit?
Which one? The what was all the hassle about his defense spending?
No. I'm just saying, even on the pipeline itself,
Okay.
it's no longer going to the north coast. It's also not a private proponent is not facilitating a huge chunk of this deal. It's going to be
taxpayer
dollars.
Surprise, surprise.
But again, the TMX, which was a worse deal under Trudeau and a worse setup.
Okay, if Trudeau is your benchmark, we're setting the bar too low.
No, it's not a benchmark. But I'm just saying, like, even with a really bad prime minister in terms of energy, finance, and economic independence, not necessarily bad in a lot of ways, but just in a very inefficient way. The TMX is one of the best performing assets under the federal government.
Based on what metric specifically?
Barrels sold.
Okay, the only metric that counts is profits, yo.
They're returning dividends of $1 to $2 billion a year. So I'm saying, like, people are very, very happy with the TMX pipeline. In fact, someone was saying, I think I was listening to the news, people want to buy out the TMX pipeline from Canada. That's how good the pipeline is.
Who are these people? Are they Americans?
Private companies, Americans, private companies in Canada, international organizations want to have that asset on their books. So if this company that is so good and is already doing a good job in selling oil to our southern borders, partners and southern country, America, if you're so good at this, how about you build the second pipeline, multi-million barrels a day, and you can also use the same understanding you have, use the same route and corridor you have, and send this to the south of BC. BC has agreed. We close the north for now and focus solely on south.
I'm all for selling Alberta's oil and any other natural resources we have in Canada. Canada is so blessed that, like, our poverty rate should be as low as it can possibly be.
Sovereign wealth fund coming. It's coming soon. Poverty gone.
Poverty gone. Wow. For poverty to be gone, Canada needs to make money.
Yeah.
We need to save money.
Yeah.
And we need to mitigate the risk of losing money.
Yeah.
How do we make money? Sovereign wealth fund does not make us money.
No, but if you use the sovereign wealth
especially
fund
if it starts from a debt.
if you use the sovereign wealth fund to invest in national building projects, national critical projects.
So it's not a sovereign wealth fund, really.
No,
it's
but
just...
sovereign wealth fund is used to invest in, like even the ones you were calling in Dubai and so on and so forth. Where do you think the money comes from?
They did not swipe a credit card.
They did not swipe a credit card, but they took money and invested in national asset and national resources projects.
You know what? Once again, Mark Carney has not earned my trust for me to give him.
But
credit
is
on
he
any of
earning
these
your
things.
trust?
He's not earning my trust. He needs.
Something-
I need to start seeing delivery, and I'm not talking about delivery in the sense of now he's gonna go start claiming, "Oh, we supported affordable housing in BC," but really all he did was some sort of abracadabra. Like it's it's not real. Like you cannot buy condos at a price supposedly that's below market value.
Below market
Meanwhile,
value.
the owners of the condo right now say they don't want to sell it below market value, and you're telling me that you're able to buy it below market value, turn it into low income housing or affordable housing or whatever, like rental
But
properties.
it would be well if Kanye actually owns all these houses.
Well, all the title deeds.
All the title deeds for the condos.
Right,
Honorable Mark Carney. No, man, you're at least look at what he's been able to do. Create some sort of economic path or pact with Alberta and BC.
But that's
huge.
Precisely my problem with him. All he's done so far is paper, talk, writing, MOU, framework agreement. Like it's all words and not so much action. There's no results. There's no delivery. Same with even him. He's been touting, "Oh, we're gonna increase defense spending by 2030 or whatever to XYZ number." And my guy, going from where we are today to where we're trying to go to is like almost $40 billion. Like, where is the money coming from?
Maybe that's where he wants to do his financial accounting, but for this deal...
No, they're just not saying. His own finance minister refused to provide any proof. So it's like, well, if you're going to increase defense spending by $35 billion per year,
maybe
I think Canadians deserve...
Whoever's guarding the pipeline, he's going to add into defense.
Yeah, I'm sure. Once again, he's gonna find a way to do his sleight of hands. Like that's what. So once again, that's precisely my issue with Mark Carney. He's saying all the right things, and he's even the things that he's saying that are wrong.
Yeah.
He will use phrases like, using innovative financing techniques, we're able to purchase these unsold empty condos in
just
BC
means at a discount
and turn them into affordable housing.
Innovative just means
why
at
didn't
a
he say discounted
because you
pricing?
can't, again, home prices, there's a cabal you're dealing with. People don't want to feel like the housing market is crashing. Sure.
If there's a cabal, then let their thing crash. You don't negotiate with
cabal. He's allowing the housing market to crash or thrive. However, he's just saying there are some people that are struggling to sell. They need to go out of their position right now.
You just said they can sell at a lower value and still make profits. Yes. Then they should do that. They should
like human beings, like once you've calculated how much you're going to be making, selling below losses and selling below that value.
Which is why I don't believe that the government is buying it at a loss. They are buying it full price.
I don't think they're buying it full price.
And there is no way they're going to generate any kind of return on that investment.
I would say this is all David Eby. Probably wanted to stay in Carney with it. Carney is very wise.
And he was unwise to allow himself to be stained by it. He's already doing a lot. He's already doing a lot for them. He's doing the Massey Tunnel. He's doing the mine. He's doing the Port of Vancouver. Like, we're in tens of billions of dollars here that he's spending in BC.
Yeah, he's already spending in BC. But what I'm saying is, this is not something that he's just spending and it's not a national resource project. You talked about the ports. It's going to increase the capacity of imports and exports.
Sure.
You talked about the mines. It's also going to help with critical minerals.
I'm not complaining about any of those things.
Yeah. The only thing you're complaining about is the condos.
Yes.
But the condos are not a federal spend. It's a provincial, 95% is a provincial spend.
My
Carney
guy,
does not have
if David
jurisdiction on.
Eby could cough up 95% of the cost of those condos,
Y-
then Mark Carney did not have to give
He did
the
not have to, but
5%.
again, if you're trying to get energy to flow through BC, David Eby is just trying to pull make this just stick to Carney in a bad way. And Carney is like, Carney has a lot of political capital. That's what David Eby forgot to calculate on this.
Yeah.
He has a lot of political capital. Not everyone feels like this deal is a deal breaker for them and Carney. In fact, to me, I think he handled the complexity of this deal well.
Yeah,
I
using
think he handled
innovative financing
You're
techniques.
going into someone that is really trying to prevent you from making some of the marquee energy agendas you have for Canada. You need to make room for yourself to be comfortable and call the shots.
The one person I need to hear from is Michael Chong. So Pierre did his whole reshuffle, and now
Pierre's about to leave. That's why
Michael is responsible for finance criticism and whatnot.
The only reason Pierre brought Michael Chong to the front is because the big boys are about to put Pierre at the back.
I don't think so. I mean, he just won a vote of confidence.
There's no vote of no confidence with the big boys. He won a vote of confidence from the majority regular people, which is good.
Yeah.
But from the big boys, when you bring Michael Chung in front of the parliament, that's literally when they were bringing Pierre in front of the parliament during Erin O'Toole times and during Andrew Scheer times. Michael Chung has been at the back for a good reason, because everybody knew that he's a really good conservative politician. And he's the next
Michael
in line.
Chung is not a better politician than Pierre Poilievre.
Well, Pierre did not get the job done. So Michael Chung is the next one.
Michael Chung is not going to get the job done.
Oh boy. I'm not saying this, but he's going to become the leader.
Yeah, but what good is the Conservative Party has a higher chance of getting into the Prime Minister's office
with Mark Carney
than with Michael Chung.
Both of them don't have a chance.
Because what exactly is Michael's path to?
That's the same thing people were asking about conservative leaders during Justin Trudeau's time. They struggled.
Oh no,
they had
that's not fair. Like Pierre had a chance against Justin Trudeau.
He had a chance against, but he never went against Justin Trudeau.
Yeah. So all he has to do is because he had built this whole strategy up
for Justin Trudeau.
Granted, it's a very short-sighted move. It should have been really against the Liberal Party and its politics, but it was hard to really even it was like, okay, Trudeau out, Carney in. Okay, we have X number of months to it happened so quick, and there was a lot of opposition against him. There were other factors.
Yeah,
I would argue that. So it would be very detrimental to the Conservative Party for them to replace Pierre now.
I'm not saying they'll replace him,
and especially to replace him with Michael Chung.
Michael Chung is a really good politician in the Conservative arm.
I'm not arguing that
he's like, if you even listen to him during question period, I would say that Pierre did not have the same level of popularity 2-3 years ago. Like, he only started getting
Pierre had, I'll say, in 2023 was when his popularity started ramping up.
People didn't know who Pierre was.
Yeah.
People didn't know who Pierre was. Even in COVID, no one knew who Pierre was.
When did Pierre become the leader of the Conservative Party?
2023.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Because it was Erin O'Toole before him.
When did Pierre become the leader of the Conservative Party is a good question we need to figure out. Because I'm pretty sure I started knowing about Pierre when Erin O'Toole was the Prime Minister because he had gained a lot of insight. But let me see, when did
When did your boy call his snap election? Justin Trudeau.
Which snap election?
You remember when? Not snap election. Sorry. Remember when he had just won really the first test of Pierre's leadership was supposed to be last year.
Yeah.
And the Liberals, in typical fashion, did their whole sleight of hands, switcheroo, whatnot. It's politics. All is fair.
Politics.
All is fair.
Even Mark Carney,
kudos to them for figuring out the best way to stay in power. But for the Conservative Party, if that's what I don't think that's what they're trying to do. I will really be surprised if they sat down together or somebody sat down with some sort of strategist and they're like, you know what, Pierre, the best face of the Conservative Party today is Michael Chung. Like I will be surprised if that conversation happened. So I don't think that's
because that's the same way that most people. Like, I'm not saying that there's one person that making the decision. When Pierre decided to run, Before 2022, people were worried about Pierre. Why? He spoke French, he spoke English, he was young and charismatic, but he was not popular yet. Aronotu was popular, and Duché was popular, but they could not speak. But they were not bilingual, and they were not as charismatic as Pierre Poilievre. And Pierre had also like gotten his career reps under Prime Minister Harper.
Yeah.
Now you flip it to a Michael Chung, who has also been very strategic in how he communicates. He's a bit more polished. He's going to be like conservative politics for a bit now. I think Michael Chung, especially when you put someone in the minister shadow box for finance, you're making it's a
strong statement.
It's a strong statement.
Yes.
And whoever you put there, you're either someone that is 100% your ally. Chung is not a peer ally. Like, because you don't see him campaign, echo, yes, that's what our leader is saying, kind of thing. He's not Andrew Scheer, he's not the deputy prime leader. I've forgotten her name, Melissa.
Of which one?
Of Conservatives, the deputy leader. Is she still the deputy leader?
I don't think so.
Anyway, she's not any of these guys. So Chung is one of them. The other guy that is also JD Vance's friend, I've forgotten his name, is also another character in the Conservative Party that you want to keep on the back bench, because they are not people that blow your praises in public and critique you in the private. They're people that can critique you in public and have the reputation and also have the capital to do so.
Well, I would like to see Michael Chung does not have the popularity, and he doesn't seem to be doing anything to build up that popularity.
Michael Chung was the one that's like something about China, and he was the one that
kept asking the question. Yeah,
kept asking because he was one of the people that was being targeted by the Chinese government.
Yeah,
right. So he's gotten a bit of popularity from those that know politics in Ottawa.
Oh yeah, Melissa is still one of the deputies, but there's two of them. I was thinking of Tim Opal. So,
yeah, Melissa is still there as a deputy on the Conservative Party. Yeah. Michael Chung is a good one. What's his name? The guy that's JT Vance's friend
in Canada.
Yeah. Forgetting his name.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
To the White House.
I guess we'll keep an eye out on. Yeah, I remember seeing that story, but the name is skipping my mind. We'll have to keep an eye on Michael Chung and see what he's up to.
Analysis on the whole thing.
But but I don't think that's the play for the Conservative Party. Like, that's just taking 2 steps in the wrong direction.
People thought Pierre was the wrong direction too. Like when he was running for prime minister
last year,
2022, when he was not prime minister actually, when he was running for the leader. Remember, he was not the only one. The mayor of Brampton.
Yeah, but Pierre won though.
Yeah, but the mayor of Brampton was kicked out from the race, even though he was neck and neck in fundraising and also in the polls with Pierre. I've forgotten what he did. It's something about the Chinese, or there was a lot of foreign interference with his political campaign. All I'm saying is Pierre is good, but this time needs somebody that is not Pierre. The era we are in, Carney has basically sapped all the oxygen. Jude is doing a pipeline. Jude is not meeting his 2030 emission targets. Jude is basically just looking at things as fiscal cuts. He's looking at efficiencies. I don't know, man. I don't know what we want from the guy.
Here's what we want from him. We want him to say what he's going to do.
Basically, give you the playbook. Give you the playbook, and then find people to oppose him.
And then report on what he's done. That's all we're asking for. Just some basic transparency in government. Right now, what we're getting is sleight of hands. He promised us elbows up. Now,
elbows are in lockstep.
We're in lockstep with MAGA. It's like, make America great again.
A free Canada.
Canada strong will make America great again. What are we doing? We're sending 250 maple trees to the... I'm like, what are we doing? What are we even doing?
We're celebrating an ally.
What are we even
We are celebrating an ally. You see, it's a birthday. You're trying to get a deal done.
What deal is he trying to get done?
Ensure that Kuzma stays on the table.
They already said they're not.
They're not staying on the table, but you can always go into negotiations now.
Trump said he's not interested.
If he's not interested, how do you You don't give up. If he gives up, next thing, Carney, is that how you give up?
He never went to the negotiating table.
Yeah, but I'm just saying you still have to be persistent with finding a way to get the deal done.
Guy, he spent all of last year bashing the US and Trump and this and that, elbows up, elbows up. So why the sudden change of heart? Last year, I said when we were getting ready for this podcast, I was like, there's no reason for Mark Carney to be poking the bear.
And
you guys were like, no, he needs to do this. We can't just roll over. And I'm like, well, I'm not saying to roll over, but he also does not need to keep poking. And then now all of a sudden, I just don't understand the change of heart. Like, stick with your like. That's my problem with Mark Carney. You say what you're going to do, you do it, and then you report on what's like. If he wants to suck up today, he should at least have the honor to stand on stage and be like, hey, I campaigned on elbows up.
Yeah.
I tried it. It did not work. I fell flat on my face.
Yeah.
Now we're going to try something else. It's called sucking up.
Dude, okay. Elbows up. I think it worked. It got the attention of the Americans.
That is very funny.
It got the attention of the Americans. There are a lot of things that Carney is doing that's getting the attention of the Americans. If this pipeline that he's building gets built and we are sending a lot more barrels and energy to other countries other than the US, guess who's going to be coming to the table? It's like, dude, I need to get some of those oil that you're sending out back into the US.
And then you think the US will want to buy our oil?
Oh, 100%. 100%. I mean, also the move to get the pipeline is a move to try to put pressure on US, because if China, Japan, Asia markets start to get a lot of oil, it's game over.
I mean, once again, we will see the proof is in the pudding. Like, see, I feel like some people might listen to me and think that no matter what Carney does,
literally, no matter what Carney does, he will never win your trust. That's how it is.
But I will say that statement is not true on a first principles basis. I think by default, the way Mark Carney's brain works, and maybe it's because he's, fancy big banker, economist, World Economic Forum guy, is just diametrically opposed to the way my brain works. I just think there are better ways to do everything that he has done.
Better ways? Sure.
And there are more obvious ways to do them.
I don't see obviously,
politics is not it's not everything you see you cannot take at face value. There's, backroom deals and whatnot that have to be done. But like my guy, like some of the backroom deals he's doing, I'm just like, you cannot tell me that's the best deal for the Canadian taxpayer. Once again, optimizing for the wrong things. Like, if he's optimizing for, okay, hey, I'm taking your money. I'm taking $1 from you for every, $1.20 you make.
Yeah.
You keep 20 cents, I'll take $1.
If you take $1 for every 20 cents I make, bro, I might as well just leave. But I don't think that's what he's doing, though.
Yeah, but all I'm saying that he should at least respect that the fact that he's like, hey, I'm taking, for sake of argument, 45, 50% of the money you make. But I'm going to use it so wisely, so judiciously, and I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm using it for.
That's what he's doing,
so that you feel good about giving me that money.
He said all of this in the budget.
We have not. What budget? That book of fiction.
He said exactly what he's using the money for.
They're all about theatrics, like it's fancy books, printed color pages. I'm like, guys, we
need to get Dana Smith on this podcast
so he can talk to you, printed in your budget. So she can
talk to you.
We're okay about with black and white budget as long as it's balanced and it makes sense.
You need to get Dana Smith on this podcast so she can tell you how good Mark Carney is. I think
if Dana Smith is honest with it, you know how I don't know if you see those memes. So it's like, no, tell the truth. Like, if she's honest, she will tell you how this is probably the most truth. She has learned that to get what she wants, you have to make these weird deals with Ottawa. And Ottawa does not have Alberta's best interest at heart.
No, man.
That's ultimately what it comes down to. And she's having to fight to keep Alberta in Canada by making some of these terrible deals with Ottawa.
Like, even Carney is fighting to keep Alberta in Canada. For you to be able to...
Yeah, of course, because he doesn't want Alberta to separate under his leadership.
From Alberta too. This is more personal to him.
Is it?
I think so.
Wait, why is his money not in Alberta then?
$35 billion pipeline at least. It might go all the way
I
to
did not say why it's
40,000 plus.
taxpayer money, not in Alberta. I said why is his money not
I
in
thought you said
Alberta?
the largest carbon capture is going to be in Alberta too. Is that not his money?
No, he's going to make money off of Alberta, but maybe if Brookfield remained registered in Canada, then
before they ran away.
yeah, maybe we'll know that he puts his money where his mouth is.
That's crazy. All right. What
Did
do
you
we
have
have?
the Vancouver police sergeant who got the Neuralink chip implanted?
Yeah. I saw that.
Yeah.
Basically that was cool. Neuralink,
Yeah.
seeing that
Because he had ALS.
yeah, he had
Yeah.
ALS, and also seeing that something that Elon Musk built is being used by Canadians, police officers, and people that are struggling.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Like
Would you get the
Teslas are all over
Would you
this.
get the Neuralink?
Nah, my brain is more superior.
Yeah, but Neuralink is not replacing your brain though.
It's okay. My neural link is more superior. I don't trust.
Do you know what I did not like about the Neuralink?
What?
And I read that article. It was on CBC. It's like it uses Bluetooth. I'm like, oh boy,
somebody gonna hack into your Neuralink.
boy, what is going on here? Bluetooth can be very sophisticated. Don't get me wrong.
But I mean, still early days. I'm sure the technology will advance.
But you don't really want to be known as a person that has something in your brain.
Somebody
that is
has to.
Bluetooth.
Like it's all. So I mean, if you're at a point in your life where it's either that or your quality of life is severely degraded, obviously, yeah, put the chip in there and see what's up.
Put a chip in there and we'll see what's up. No, well, you have to give kudos to Elon Musk, always taking 3 steps risk in a lot of areas.
Okay.
Also, shout out to the police officer that is testing and using the Neuralink. I really do hope that it reverses some of the conditions that you're facing.
Yeah, police officers are some of the bravest people, so I'm not surprised that it's a police officer that's.
Yeah, when I saw that, I was happy for him, man. Like his daughter, his wife, everything was cool.
Like it's impressive. So,
yeah, I'm curious if people will get the Neuralink if they offered it today. What would they have to offer you to get the Neuralink?
Well, I mean, so I don't like that line of thinking because it's like you shouldn't be putting it in people willy-nilly. Like it should be used to solve a problem.
Yes.
All right. In this case, it seems like a good use for it. Like don't just offer it to people that are like they don't need it. Like let's stay away from. That's how we start creating.
Bring your brain. Let's unpeel and inject.
Let's not create a whole severance in the world today.
Yeah, it's a bit scary though. When I saw that, I was like, it's cool that Mance is getting something in to help with the ALS symptoms, but if this goes mainstream, bro, it can be wild.
Yeah.
Can be wild. Something that we've never seen before.
Yeah. I mean, if GLP-1s can go mainstream.
Yeah, but GLP-1s are Neuralink. Like usually they say that they basically put the 15 node like electrode or mini electrode or whatever into like the middle of the brain, and it's sending signals and receiving signals. I'm like, I thought we didn't even know how this brain works.
Yeah, we probably still don't.
Anyways, congrats.
But we'll get there. We'll get there. I remember when Trump came in to power, and I'm pivoting, by the way.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, Canada, you guys need to do more about fentanyl. And everybody on every pundit was like, we don't have a fentanyl problem.
We do have a fentanyl problem.
And they were like, Trump is this, Trump is that. I'm like, guys, like, you guys, the way you guys are screaming, I feel like I'm leaning more towards believing Trump.
Yeah, which is why we do have a fentanyl.
Yeah, now for me to read this week that our security establishment CSE is now taking it seriously and they're actually combating the sale of the precursors online. I'm like,
finally.
So why did we expend all of that? Like, it goes back to the whole elbows of conversations. Like, why expend your energy?
No, but there's a lot
punching the air.
No.
When there are real things to tackle.
The energy, getting the reputation, and getting people to call you. Right now, the only reason why they're okay going through the southern route for the pipeline is because they have players and international partners that are ready to make this thing happen yesterday. Other than the US,
always been there.
They've always been there, but would they have just gone across the oceans to a Canadian country to go and get their gas from?
Once again, one thing I know about the free market, people will always go for a good deal.
Yeah.
you create a good deal. That's all the incentive you need to be successful in business. Like, create a good deal on a product that people need, which we have a product that people need. We have multiple products that people need. All we have to do, make sure it's a good deal. How do we make sure it's a good deal? Don't riddle the industry with regulation. That's a starting point. I'm like, let's start there, right? And then let's not, once again, let's not over regulate. Let's not over tax. And then let's not say, oh, hey, we've been blessed with all of these natural resources, but see over here, Brookfield Renewable. I like the sound of renewable. So let's subsidize these guys here to punish these guys. It's like, why? I'm like, let's not shoot ourselves
I
in
don't
the
think
foot.
Canada's going to do any of that, to be honest. If it's going to be a Canadian-run corporation, probably also tax exempt. But I think we should take a moment to just, at first, just appreciate those that. Well, I would say like the fact that Carney is going the extra mile. He didn't have to do all of this for Alberta and BC.
I also do not have to plant 250 maple trees or fly the Canadian jets alongside the US on
But these
July
are things
4th.
that he's doing.
What did they do for our own birthday?
But Alberta is not 250
Doesn't
years.
matter.
It's a milestone birthday
What's
for your ally.
It's just a number, please.
250
just a
milestone.
Number.
That's what a quarter of a millennium.
Millennium, yeah, yeah.
That's wild. What does it feel to be like that old? As a country.
It feels like the US.
But Canada is how old though?
160 something. I'd be 180 something. I don't even know, man. But man, our Canada Day was something though. Like,
Canada Day was, I call it, it was raining cats and dogs, and there was also like
it was a lot
all over the place. The 417 was flooded. You see that
in some parts. Yeah, there was 118 millimeters of rain on Canada Day. That was, and then there was lightning, thunder. Maybe it was a Noah's Ark type. Yeah, what we needed after that was a nice rainbow in the sky.
There was one. I think like it was.
Was it? I don't think I
did see a picture either way at the end of the day. Yeah, I think at the end of the day, the only thing is like the Belgium match against Senegal was a bit a bit frustrating. And then also to
last minute winner from Belgium.
Yeah, it was a bit frustrating. But yeah, like the rain, something is up. Climate people do have something to say about this.
But they always have something to say.
Irregularity of the weather. If it's just have you noticed that the forecast is getting really bad?
I never noticed that the forecast was any good.
No, the forecast used to be really good.
No, like there was always jokes about weather forecasts, about how you can just blatantly get it wrong consistently and still have a job.
No, today's rain. 3 hours. I mean, thank God sometimes when I just be praying, God, please just hold the rain, hold the rain, hold the rain.
Yeah,
and nothing happens. So definitely, but I'm just saying, like,
I mean, if everybody's praying here and there, then that's why the forecast is bad.
Thank God for those days. I was like, yo, please, God, let it not rain. And as I'm just closing the doors,
it's crazy. That Canada Day, we actually got like, I want to say 3 hours of like proper beach time.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, in the water, it was hot. Like, we had a lot of fun. And then as soon as we left.
So yes, cats and dogs.
Cats and dogs. But all that to say, happy Canada Day.
Happy Canada Day, y'all.
In arrears.
Happy
like next year we have to do a Canada Day episode. I think it's just right.
Next year we're going to do a Canada Day episode. In the next election too, we should do like a live stream episode for any of the major by-elections coming up.
Oh, I definitely will have some thoughts about those and how we run them.
So we should do that. We're also going to try to see Ottawa election is also coming up too. We should probably just monitor that.
Mark Sutcliffe, is he running again?
Yeah, he's running the game. Mark Sutcliffe. So to be honest, competition is meh, but it's all good.
Yeah, we need more competition at the federal level. So
federal level, no. Carney is doing a great job. Federal level, please, everybody, like conservatives need to figure out their leaders. But Carney is doing a great job. Trying to bring the province together, spending a lot of time in Western.
A lot of the billionaires are. Yeah, I think it's more from a numbers game standpoint, but I think if Ottawa did not consistently stifle revenue generation in the West, there'll be a few more billionaires out there that way. Yeah, and in general, like there'll be very like first principles, like
Yeah, but first principles, if you're not doing anything about innovation in the West, let's say you're just allowing them to just keep ransacking energy without any guardrails, which Carney has put
it's not
pathways
just
project
energy.
and
There's
guardrails.
critical minerals.
Yeah, but
There's
I'm just saying, like, all of these things have environmental impacts. You need to be able to put the guardrails
okay,
to,
rearing cows has environmental
yeah, but
impacts.
not on the same scale. Oil sands just go like go wild with it. I'm not saying that right away we should go and inspect everything and make sure that we're clean, but Kanye is basically saying make sure you have the pathways project, make sure you're investing in carbon sequestration, make sure that um you have like private proponents to help with efficiencies. There are lots of things that Kanye is doing that we're not appreciating about this. It looks like all talks, but there's 10,000 actions behind each talk. I just want to say, Kanye, thanks.
There's I disagree with the last line of the actions behind the talks, but sure. Um. Anyway, I think we can call it a wrap there.
We can call it a wrap
It's
here.
gonna be a hot July, I guess, which is
Keep
very
it.
much welcome because I feel like half the year we spent in winter, and there will still be a couple more months of winter coming later in the year. So enjoy the heat,
Enjoy,
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 stay
enjoy.
safe, and give us some feedback in the comment section. I'm sure you guys have some thoughts,
Thanks.
either on the quality of the show or on the arguments presented.
Don't get me wrong. You do have a good argument that you present. All I'm saying is we are underestimating what Kanye is doing, and I'm not going to rehash it. We can go back and listen to all I said
What
here.
he's saying, not what he's doing.
No,
We're underestimating what he's
what he's
saying.
doing.
He's not doing anything.
Bringing two provinces together to agree on a pipeline. Come on. Other prime ministers, all the other prime ministers wish they could have done this. And diversifying our consumer base on energy. Thank you, Mark Carney, man. Let's go.
Sure. Okay. All right. Well,